Hey, what up? It's Cyber again. So I am testing Assassin's Creed Shadows, the new Assassin's Creed, in 3D. So I mean, you probably noticed it's a 3D video. Assassin's Creed didn't come out with 3D. This is something I added. It's shader effect for reshade, and this actually can work with a lot of games. Like, it's not necessarily every game, and sometimes you have to there's compatibility stuff. But for the most part, like I've tested. I mean, I just got this working like a couple of days. I mean, I've been working on it for a couple of weeks, but I just got it working on the Samsung Odyssey 3D. So I'm actually playing this on the new Samsung 3D monitor, and it looks sick, right? So anyhow, so if if you don't have a 3D display, like if you it's gonna probably look like red cyan. So you can turn that off if you want, but if you have like a like a MetaQuest or LoomPad or some of these devices, it'll actually play like in like full quality 3D. So anyhow, this is my shader, and it's a conversion. So I mean, it's definitely not perfect like the native 3D games, like the ones that came out with the Samsung Odyssey 3D monitor. It's not a huge list. I think there's only like 10 games that I saw. And some of them were like pretty good. It's like the new Berserker game, and they have the whole Grand Theft Auto 3, like the trilogy, the remaster, and a couple other like kind of mix of games. Stray, that like cyberpunk cat game. So there's like a good mix of games, and those look amazing. But a lot of the reviewers, and me too. Like, I mean, just kind of everyone are like, "Yo, this monitor looks insane," but 10 games, and it's not necessarily 10 games like you're playing. Like, it's like 10 random games. Like, might only like 2 or 3 of the games, right? So anyhow, so a lot of people were kind of asking about that, and just confused, like like how it launched. Like, there's only 10 games. So anyhow, so there's actually a ton of more games you can get working on this. It's like third party. It's like, mods and like after third party apps and stuff like that. But from what I've tried, they all seem to work. The few things that I tested, I mean, it took a little while to get it set up, to figure out the settings, because I'm like one of the first people to get this monitor, so there's not a lot of information. But after I got it working, like, it seems like it's good. So this is like I said, this is with the shader I wrote that came out. It was pretty recent, like a couple weeks ago. It's called Rend Depth. But this is a new one I'm working on. There's a ton of other, like, I think the popular one is called Super Depth 3D, and then there's all kind of like mods, like for specific games that maybe fix bugs and things like that. So there's I mean, I don't know the exact number, because it's like, there's all different forums and lists, and some of them are not updated, whatever. So I don't know the exact number, honestly, but it's got to be at least 500 or maybe closer to 1,000. But I'm not sure anyone knows, because it's like, a lot of games to like test. So with my the shader rend depth or whatever, I've only verified like, I don't know, 10 or 15 games that like I know are working. Assassin's Creed is one of them. This game is really well supported. But I really had problems with one game, which was the Oblivion remaster, and I don't think it was even my code. It's just what they did on that engine. Like, they're using Unreal Engine 5, but not really. They're using like the original engine. So it comes with like, all the bugs and then more bugs, because they're like running 2 engines at the same time. So it was kind of crazy to get working, and it was I don't know, whatever. So but besides that, like all the other games I tried were like either just opened up and they were working out the box, or there was like a few kind of tweaks, kind of settings I had to change, but you only have to do that once, and then you can like save the settings or whatever. So it's working pretty solid. And I can talk about Assassin's Creed, because this game is nuts. I don't know. I know people have been like fatigued. Like, there's like 75,000 Assassin's Creed like sequels, but this one is actually good. Like, it's like, I don't know, as good or better than the original. So I'm pretty happy with this, and it looks really good. Like, on the Samsung monitor and with my shader and everything. So I'm pretty satisfied with the quality and like the performance too. Because this is on this machine. I have a 4070 Ti Super, which is like, it's a good card. But also the Samsung monitor, the Odyssey 3D, is 4K, right? And if you have 4K and you're rendering 3D, that means it's actually double the pixels because there's a left and right eye. So it's like, it'd be like 8K horizontal, but like the same height as like, 4K image. So it's double the pixels. And so that's obviously, more kind of intensive on intensive on the GPU. So performance could be a concern. Like if you have like a mid-range entry level card, that's not really gonna cut it. But at the same time, that Samsung monitor, it's like $2,000. So I can't imagine people are like buying a $2,000 monitor and they have like a old like 1060 6 GB. Like that's probably not the market. I could verify at least I have the 4070 Ti Super, and it's good. It runs good. I was playing the Berserker game, like the native 3D game that comes with it. Like it's like their Halo launch title. And even on this card, I had full max settings, like all the way, everything max. Even DLSS, I didn't have to downscale. I actually had DLAA, which is like the native res, and it was like 120 FPS. It was nice. And this game, it's also running pretty good. So right now I have this at it's obviously like 4K resolution, and I think I have I'm actually running FS, not DLSS. I'm running FSR on this because so I should probably mention that, right? So you do kind of have to configure that, like with these kind of, well, with my shader in particular, in some of these aftermarket mods and whatever, you might have to configure things like between DLSS or FSR, like different like settings sometimes mess up the 3D, but you only have to do that once. Like you just test it, and certain anti-aliasing modes or like post-processing effects, like you just figure out what's supported. I mean, honestly, most of the games I tried just work, but sometimes there's one or two things, whatever. So on this game, FSR like 3.1 or whatever it comes with actually works better than DLSS. Like it's like smoother, and there's like less kind of issues with like these kind of trails and stuff like that. So I have FSR on this game, but I mean I think FSR still looks decent or whatever. It's not as good as DLSS, but it's fine. And so yeah, so I have that set up, and you took a few settings and it's running good, right? But yeah, I was talking about performance, right? So with those settings, the FSR, I think at quality, and then we have actually I could just go to the menu. Yeah, I'm talking. So I could show you the menu. So one of the things I kind of made sure with my my conversion is that the 2D like menu and UI like don't get messed up, right? So this is Assassin's Creed actually has really good implementation, like the 2D 3D kind of hybrid menu. So if you're looking at the character, like she is still in 3D, but the menus aren't like messed up. They're not like double or like half off the screen. They're like, I mean, so there's a little bit of like kind of 3D effect, but it's pretty close to like where it would be on a 2D monitor. So it looks good because a lot of these older 3D drivers and stuff, like even the NVIDIA 3D Vision, like it was official, but there was still a ton of problems with like the UI. Like I'll just move around, so like you could like go through the UI and just like it like works. Like you could read the text, and there's nothing. It's like, I mean, sometimes, I mean, okay, so it's a conversion. So there are like artifacts, like you can probably see here on the edge of the screen a little bit, and sometimes on the cutscenes and stuff. But just in general, like in terms of the gameplay of the game and just the main menu, it's mostly working. And you can see the text. I mean, if you're looking at this, let's say on some sort of 3D device, you could see that the text, the UI, everything's like usable. So I was gonna go to the settings. Let's see. I always get this button wrong. And we'll go here, options, right? So I can't really remember exact options. So let's pull it up, right? So this so borderless window is probably like that. That just works better. Like I wouldn't choose anything but that. 16:9. I have VSync on. I have that's the full 4K. And I put, okay, yeah, so I put a frame limiter to 60 for the video because I was trying to record like 120 f video, a 4K video, and it was too much, and YouTube like it didn't even work. So I put 60. You can get, the monitor is 165 hertz. You can get better performance, but this is just for the video. And then yeah, so FSR, yeah, so I was correct. Yeah, it's FSR quality. And then I turned frame gen off. On this game, it's not working amazing, but on a few other games, it does work fine. And then some other games like DLSS works better, so you kind of have to like mess with it. But you know, it's like when it's working good, and the rest I think is just on, right? Yeah, okay. And then yeah, let's just go back to the game. Yeah, so you know, I was just trying to explain some of the details. Like, I don't want to get too nerdy into it, but I would want to be forthcoming, because this is a 2D to 3D conversion. So there's a good possibility that some things are either there's artifacts, or some games just might be broken. Like I was saying, what was I talking about? Yeah, the Oblivion remaster. Like, it was like I kind of got it working, but it was like not playable. Like, it was just the glitches were like not even worth it. So I mean, I could look into it again. There might be a way to fix it, because you know, it's like a kind of development thing. Like there's ways to like, you know, tweak things or whatever. But I couldn't, it didn't look good. Like, I was gonna do it for the video, and then I was like, oh, let me just do Assassin's Creed, because Assassin's Creed like works almost perfect. So yeah, so that's the general gist of it. And I've been this video, I don't know how long I've been talking for. It's probably been at least like 5 minutes, maybe 10. I lose track of time. But you know, if you can get a good idea of the quality of the 3D, and one of the things with the shader, like, you can get really close to like objects, and it doesn't like kind of mess up the game. Like, it's not like half on one side and half like on the other side. Like, it's still like kind of visible, like this tree right here. Like, it's I mean, it's probably like a little close to the screen, or but it's not like breaking the game. Like, it's not broken, it just, you know, it's fine. Like, even well, let me get to a better part. So, oh yeah, here with the foliage, like, this is one thing I remember with the old video glasses, like the transparencies and stuff like that were always messed up. And then I wanna find something like a grating or some sort of. Does this guy want to get messed up? I think he does.
Then I'll be your
Okay, so we got some action here. Video is getting boring. I forgot this is an action game. Oh wait, I'm gonna die. Alright, let's do this. Oh wait, I thought I had that.
I'll slit your throat.
These guys are pretty hard. No, I don't want to die, man. Oh man. Oh, you know, I don't know why Ubisoft did this. They like bound the screenshot, this like photo mode key to the same thing that you're using in the fight, and this comes up all the time. Like, I'm trying to do a fight, and then this comes up. But actually, wait, how do I turn the? Oh, you have to hold it. Actually, this is probably pretty cool in 3D. Like, oh, I didn't even think about this. This is cool. Yeah, let's see. Oh, I didn't even think. Oh, honestly, I didn't even test this. This is the first time I'm seeing this. This is nuts. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Assassin's Creed is basically working perfect. This is insane. Okay. So let me just. See, it happened again. I didn't even press that button. So, I'm actually farther in the game, but I loaded up an old save because I wanted to go to this particular part. Oh my god. Okay, So maybe that's enough action for now. So let's yeah. So what I was saying. Yeah. So the 3D conversion, it's not perfect, but honestly, like I mean, I chose Assassin's Creed because it's one of the better supported games, and I like I said, I only tested like 10, maybe 15 games at the most. So you know, I want to give an estimate because I think it's like probably like a good hundreds of games that should work, you know, just based on my research. But it's kind of hard to say without verifying. So you know, your mileage may vary, like if you're trying random games. But for the most part, it works good. And so so pretty much the reason why I even started like working on this. I mean, I've been doing 3D for a while, but like specifically, you know, for games for this side by side thing, was because the Samsung monitor, right? So they, you know, they showed it a while ago. I think it was like CES, like at least a year ago, or maybe it was the year before. Like they were like teasing this 3D monitor, this Odyssey 3D, and people were like, you know, people were hyped, like all the, like if you read like the tech blogs or whatever, like anyone that saw it was like, yo, this is nuts. But then like, you know, a year goes by and like there's no there's no like news story, or like is this even coming out? Because a lot of times these companies, like, you know, they do these like R&D and they make this like really amazing thing that's like 10 years in the future, and then, you know, for whatever reason it doesn't come out, you know, for whatever reason. So that happens all the time. Like you see stuff, you know, every year CES, like I bet half of those things like never came out in store, right? But Samsung here, this is like in Best Buy, like, or well, maybe not in the store, but I saw it on the BestBuy.com website, and I was even able to pick it up. Like I looked, and they said, you know, I could do a local pickup at like May on the 3rd, and today's the 2nd, so like I could have ordered it yesterday and like picked it up today or something like that. So yeah, so they have like, you know, retail like Best Buy and like I think a few other websites that might have it. So yeah, and it is honestly it looks so good. The 3D looks like amazing. Like it's like what 3D like always should have looked like. Like I feel like, and I've been doing this like, you know, since like 20 years or something, and it feels like every other, you know, I'm not talking about VR, because, you know, if you have a headset, you're getting a dual screen, right? So it's obviously like, you know, pretty good quality in terms of like the colors and brightness and stuff like that. But for like a monitor or just, you know, traditional like stereo 3D, like, you know, you go to the movie, you see Avatar 2 or any of these Mario Disney movies, whatever, like that, you know, where you're wearing glasses, passive glasses, or depends, you know, how long you've been doing PC gaming, but the NVIDIA like 3D vision glasses, which were that was like 10-15 years ago, whatever, like NVIDIA was supporting that. So yeah, so some of these older techniques with the glasses, what happens is like even in the movies, so they have like really expensive projectors, you're still like wearing the glasses, right? So it's kind of blocking light. I mean, it's polarized light, and I'm not gonna like get into it, but it's basically like, you know, one eye sees it's like so if you could imagine, let's say, just to make it simple, right? Like if they had two projectors, right? Like a left eye, right eye kind of thing, and then they use a filter that kind of like angles light in a certain direction so it can block it. So only your left eye gets you know, one projector or the other. I mean, there's ways to do it with you know, single projectors, whatever. So you actually lose a lot of the light. And the same thing with the NVIDIA 3D Vision, because it's shutter glasses, like it's literally like a opaque LCD, you know, thing, or you know, some of these older techniques. I mean, the Nintendo 3DS, I mean, that was glasses free, so I thought the Nintendo 3DS was like a pretty good implementation, especially for the time, like when it came out. This is definitely better than the Nintendo 3DS, this Samsung, but I mean, the experience is kind of similar, like the way glasses free 3D looks. Like it has a look like it's kind of like that, but like just 4K and 165 hertz in it. It looks way better, but you could get like an idea of how, you know, how it works. I mean, it's a newer, you know, version of the same idea. So yeah, so I've been like really impressed with that, and I wanted to like get some games working, and there were you know, there's a bunch. So yeah, so I don't know if I mentioned this in this video. I've recorded a bunch of videos. There are like all these kind of third-party apps. I think there's one called like Vortex. I mean, it's normally for VR, but you can do 3D, and then Super Depth 3D, which is a shader like plugin, a depthmap reprojection, which is kind of what I'm doing here. But I just kind of got this out to start this. So yeah, so there's all kind of stuff. It's just like it's not like made by the developer or coming with it. Like you have to like kind of install mods or like mess around with third-party apps and configure them. But it's honestly not that hard once you figure it out. And there's like honestly at least probably like 500 games or maybe closer to 1,000. I mean, it's hard to verify like that amount of games, but just from what I've seen from various forum posts and like spreadsheets, like people like if you added them all up, it's probably like 1,000 games or something. So it's honestly the Samsung has a lot of support, and I am just so impressed with it, like the way the 3D looks. I should probably stop for a second because I've been running too much, so you can kind of see especially with these these flowers and the wood, and like actually this is probably a good scene. So yeah, so the 3D actually should be pretty good like here. I should full disclaimer, I had to actually turn the 3D mode off on the monitor because I'm recording this video, for like YouTube or whatever, and the videos when you're in 3D, I mean it records. It's not that the recording is wrong, it's that it's in kind of like a different format, like it like will look weird for YouTube, so it's not really like worth it. So I'm actually using the side-by-side mode with my shader, and then this is gonna work on YouTube and just as a like video if I want to upload it to X or whatever. But my shader, oh yeah, so I just launched the Samsung, the Odyssey 3D support. I think that was yesterday, like afternoon. I pushed that update. Well, it's mostly the instructions. Like it was already working, but there was it was more of a kind of configuration on your system thing than the actual like shader code. And then it's also supporting Acer, the Spatial Labs. Like they have a line, so there's like there's a laptop and a 27-inch that's competing with the Samsung. The Acer one, the Spatial Labs, the like Halo one, the gamer one, came out about a year ago. It's a kind of similar 4K 27-inch, and I mean I liked it. It is really good, but I think Samsung has really like kind of leapfrogged like everyone. Like this monitor is significantly better. Like any 3D that you think you might have seen before, like even the cinema, like even like Avatar 2. Like I was watching the Blu-ray last night. I was watching the new one, the Avatar 2 on the Blu-ray, and it honestly looked significantly better than even the cinema. Like I went to see that in the movie theaters, and like not a ghetto movie theater, like a nice movie theater. And this looks better than that. Again, because I mentioned with the glasses, you lose 25, maybe 50% of the light, and it like affects the colors. It affects the kind of the contrast in the like. It doesn't look like the same image. It doesn't look like the image James Cameron like envisioned. Like that wasn't his like creative direction to lose 50% of the light. So when you watch it on the monitor, like it looks almost exactly, but it looks like pretty close to just if you were watching, like you were looking at 2D, but it's 3D. Like it doesn't look like it's like you're losing something. Like it just looks like you press the button, it's 3D, but nothing else changes. So yeah, so that's pretty good. And beyond that, like I have legacy support, so you could if you have an old, like some of those old 3D TVs, they probably don't make anymore, like from like 2010, like those work projectors, interlace, checkerboard, that kind of stuff. And then for the modern support, basically all the XR glasses, like there's the kind of ones for the Steam Deck, like the Beecher, X-Ray Neo, Roku, those kind of glasses. Those should work if they support half width side by side. The full width, I'm still fixing that, so I have to release a patch. But if you can set the device into the kind of standard like 16:9 side by side, it's working. I tested that. It looks pretty good. And then like really old stuff like the red cyan like anaglyph glasses, those also work. Like if you if you don't have a 3D display, or you just want to buy something for cheaper or whatever, it's not gonna look. I mean, it doesn't look great, but it's it's essentially free. So I figured the software itself is free. So I was like, let me it's it's open source, it's free software. So I was like, let me put in a mode, for people that are broke. A lot of people like don't have like $2,000 just lying around. So I figured I'd put in a mode just like they could like test it on the computer and see if it works before like investing any money or whatever. But it doesn't look great compared to like this like state of the art, just the Samsung or even the Acer or some of these XR glasses that are coming out recently. But I want to give people options. I think having like open standards and people could, if they want to use some old 3D TV for 2010 it'll work, or whatever the latest the Samsung, the latest and greatest $2,000, like I'm trying to support everything, right? So that's good. But yeah, I mean, I think really this video, I didn't put like a timer or anything, so it's probably been like 10 or 15 minutes. I didn't want to make too long of a video, right? Because the video I did the other day, I got this game, Keyboard, which just came out like literally like it was like the launch day, like a couple hours like after launch. I bought it because I wanted to see if I could like get something working, like a release date game, and see how long it would take. And I actually recorded like a live video of me like debugging the whole thing. I don't know if you're if you're really nerdy, you can watch that. It's a Keyboard, but basically, I mean, it took a little while. I did eventually get it like sort of working. But it's kind of an interesting video, just me like I never played the game, I never tested it. It's kind of funny. But this game I spent more than 47 minutes getting it working. But I got the settings right now. But anyhow, right? So it's what the hell was I saying? Yeah, about Keyboard, right? Yeah. So I went to test like new games. Not just games that because if you have 3D monitor, you buy this, you don't necessarily want to wait for Samsung or some independent indie developer to release a patch. It could take, who knows how long it could take. I mean, it depends the popularity of the game. But so you could like kind of just tweak the settings yourself. And I got Keyboard mostly working. It was playable. And then also that other game, that Clair Obscure, Expedition 33. I did the same. I didn't record it live, but I did the same thing where I bought the game like on the night it launched, and then was just like, let's get this working. And it honestly didn't. I mean, it took like maybe like a couple of minutes to like get the 3D enabled. But I'm still having an issue with the cutscenes, so I don't know if I can fix that or it's just something with the engine of the game. I don't know. I have to look into that. But it's like the game itself is playable. There's just kind of like a kind of glitch I have to look into on the cutscenes. But it was more of a test just to kind of get an idea of like do new games that like or like this is Assassin's Creed, like this is not on a common like Ubisoft has their own engine. It's not like Unreal Engine or something. So stuff like that, like different engines or whatever. And it wasn't hard. I think I probably need to do more verification, because I said I have like 15 games at the most verified. But this is out, so I'm hoping people will download and give me feedback, or they they get the Samsung monitor, and then I could figure things out, right, guides or my profiles or whatever. Like it's just kind of launched, so I'm just kind of figuring this out. But so far I am feeling good. And if you okay, so I like I said before, I can't even see this live right now in 3D, because I kind of like made the settings so I could record. But I was playing this earlier today. Obviously I have to set it up. And this looks like really good, so I hope this is like coming out correctly on the video, like if you're watching this on the Meta Quest or the Loom Pad or some of those other devices, it should look good. So it's like 4K, 60 FPS. So this is like would be fairly close. I mean, obviously, it's YouTube compression and all that kind of stuff, but it should be fairly close to like full quality. To just kind of give you an idea of like what the software will reshade, with my plugin, with my effect, like the shader actually does. And if you're watching this on a 2D monitor, you're gonna have to take my word for it, or maybe watch some more reviews or whatever, get an idea, because there's actually almost no way to take a photo of the Samsung, because this new glass is free. Like, it's kind of like a similar idea to the Nintendo 3DS, like the parallax barrier, but it's like something new, like it's way more advanced. I don't know exactly how it works. It's not like an open standard or something, but it works really good, right? It does work. It's just in terms of recording, like with a phone or a camera or whatever, the way the monitor works, it tracks your eyes, and it's like very precise, like exactly to your eye, and it's like all the pixels on the screen are like going in different directions. Like the Nintendo 3DS is a parallax barrier, which is like kind of like an earlier kind of generation of this idea, and it would like kind of just split the eyes, like half the pixels, like the odd pixels, the odd column of pixels goes to your left eye, or the even go to your right, etc. They're doing something like, it's not just like something simple like that. Like, it's going in like all directions, and it has a camera, and it's tracking your eyes. So like, if you move around, like your head, like if you remember the DS, like if you move your head too much, it would get messed up. Like they fixed that.
Give me a one.
Okay, so I've been talking so much. I'll get some action at the end of this video. Let's do this. All right, so let's go. Let's do this. Oh, guy got wrecked. Oh my god. Oh wait. Okay. So yeah, I'm glad I got to this. So you can see like the combat, like this is nuts. And also like it doesn't mess up the game, honestly. Like what I'm doing here, like you could still see all the UI, like the guy's health and all these little icons and stuff are like in the correct position, like they're not like all over the place. Oh, I'm gonna die here. What? Oh my god, it's the weirdest camera angle of all time. This guy's dying. Oh wait, or am I dying? I had no life left.
We'll see what that was.
Oh, are you kidding me? So I was just in that bush and the guy thought I was invisible? That is so jank. That I was literally in like it was like a bush and the guy was like, where'd she go?
You won't get
That was pretty funny. Is this life? What is this? So I'm like gonna die if I get one hit, so I gotta find some health here. Oh, there it goes. There we go. Okay, so we're good. We got rations. Yeah. So that was good. I could show action scene and show that like you could still play the game, and it's still like 60 FPS. Like the settings are like, it's not max settings, but I also have like 47 Ti, and ray tracing, the diffuse, like shadows and lighting, the ray tracing was enabled. I had like mostly I think high settings, and then just the FSR like on quality. But like these are like average. It's not like if you have a 4090 or whatever, I'm sure you could like bump it up or But I think those are like pretty reasonable settings, because this is 4K 3D. I mean, it's still 4K because it's side by side, it's half, so it's still 4K number of pixels. But I mean, yeah, there's some processing overhead for the 3D, right? So even though it's a conversion, like it's not as expensive as a native stereo, like there's still obviously processing to do this effect, this trick. But even then, this is like, I mean, you should be able to see in the video, this is like a pretty smooth, like 60 FPS at these settings with like 60 FPS locked, which I think is fine. Like if I was running it in 2D, you know, without any of this side by side or 3D stuff, like I could definitely like, you know, get, you know, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was like 100, it was over 100 FPS, something like that, at like 90 or between 90 and 100. So like there was, it's definitely, yeah, in 2D you're gonna get better performance, but even, you know, honestly, 4K 60 like still looks good, and then the addition of the 3D like, you know, really takes it over the top. And I think if like you have a good like a 4080 or 4090, you might be able to get that like the 120 FPS. I haven't tested that, but I'm assuming, you know, just based on like reviews, you know, the specs of the GPU, that you could probably do that. But yeah, I'm happy with this. 4K 60 FPS, I'm happy with. And when I played the actually the games that came with the monitor, the Samsung monitor, like I didn't get to play all of them. So I only actually only like extensively tested the Berserker game, which is like the launch title. Like I played that for like I think like at least a couple hours. And then I tested also Stray, which is that cyberpunk like cat kind of weird game, but I didn't even get that far in the game. I just wanted to like see it 3D, so I might only played it for like 30 minutes or an hour or something. But both of those, like the graphics were like really good in the 3D, and performance didn't seem like a huge issue. Like I did on the cat game, I think I did have to like put the DLSS like on quality. But on the Berserker game, I put full max, like everything full max. So it really depends on the game. Like it's not like every game, but I'm happy. Like the 4070 Ti Super is honestly like still a really good card, even compared to the 500 series, because except for the 4X frame gen, like besides that, the honestly the 40 series is still good. And also because oh yeah, so I should probably mention this. So I tested a 5060 Ti because I have like I do like game development and all this the shader stuff. So I have like a set of cards that I test to find bugs, and often I do. So for some reason the 5060 Ti had some sort of issue with the Samsung like the AI conversion. So like games work. Like I think I played Assassin's Creed, like that worked. The movies Blu-ray 3D work. But Samsung has this AI conversion, and there was some sort of I don't know. It's like there was a pop-up that said it was like it wasn't compatible. So I don't know what was going on there. But Samsung might need to like release a patch for that. I don't know. And then also AMD. I also tried AMD card, and the AMD card actually didn't work either. So on the like Samsung documentation, they talk about this for the okay. So let me be clear so people aren't confused. This is specifically for the automatic like AI like 2 to 3 conversion. Like everything else works. Like the native like games, and this works. The movies and stuff. But it says they only support NVIDIA, like a few, like the 30 and 40 series. So, you know, this thing just came out a week ago. So I want to see, you know, what they're doing with like updates and stuff. And I also kind of want to put a disclaimer at the end of the video in case, you know, a few of you were like, oh, this is hype, and then you go out and you buy like a $2,000 monitor and the 5090, and it like possibly might not. I mean, maybe the 5090 works. I don't know. At least I confirmed like there was an issue with like the 5060 Ti, so I don't want to spread rumors. But it looks like, you know, this just came out a week ago, so there might need to be, you know, some patches or firmware updates or whatever Samsung's gonna do. But for the most part, like a good amount of stuff works. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. And but you know, just to you know, give you a heads up, if you do want to buy this, then you're gonna want a good NVIDIA card, because NVIDIA card has the full 100% support. And probably I just, you know, well, I'm playing on a 4070 Ti and I'm happy with it, so I would say that Samsung recommends actually a 4070 or better, and based on the performance I'm getting here, that sounds like realistic, like that sounds believable. Like or 4080, like somewhere, you know, in that range, to get, you know, 60 FPS at least. And it's good, at least on the native games, or you know, some of these third-party aftermarket, whatever. So like, obviously it depends on the game. Like so, well, some games don't even work. But if you do get it to work, you know, obviously the performance is gonna be dependent on the game and your CPU and your GPU, you know, the whole system. So it's kind of hard to put, like, you know, one number, say one card or whatever. But I think just what I'm saying is, at least from my testing, I'm satisfied with the games I played, that like I was getting, like, you know, at least 60 FPS and 4K. So that's a good like, you know, starting point. So I should probably just end this video, because I think I've said, like, the really important things. And if you're you know, if you're watching this in 3D, then it doesn't even matter what I'm saying, because you could, like, you know, see the quality with your own eyes or whatever. So I think this is probably a good place to just call this. So yeah, this is you know, my shader is called RenDepth, right? So you could look it up. It's on GitHub. I have a website. You know, you can just search RenDepth or whatever, rendepth.com. You know, and there's all that stuff is there. And the Samsung monitor, this one I'm testing, the new one that came out, is called the Samsung Odyssey 3D. It has like a few numbers, like a model number, but if you just search Odyssey 3D, like, it'll come up. And then also I'm using Reshade, so that's like the platform for, like, you know, post-processing effects and these kind of conversions and stuff. So I put a link to that on my website, on my GitHub. But you could also, like, if you used it, it's pretty easy to use. But if not, you could check it out and maybe check out some of these other they do all kinds of stuff. Like, you could, like, you know, do tone mapping and make the game black and white. You can add, like, you know, software like ray tracing and you know, ambient occlusion. You can do all kinds of stuff, whatever. So it might be good to, like, get familiar with that first before trying my shader, because you're gonna in order to configure it, you're gonna, like, have to know, like, how the menus and buttons work, whatever. But there's links to that, like I said, on my website, on the GitHub. You can just search RenDepth, and on this Odyssey 3D, and it looks kind of sick, honestly. So yeah, all right, cheers, guys. Let's do this. And you know what? Can I kill him? I was gonna end the video, but fuck this. Yo, let's do this. Oh wait. Oh no, he ended the video for me. He completely ended the video for me. All right, actually, that was kind of funny. That was not scripted. I wasn't trying to do that. All right, peace, guys.